I want to show you guys something a little different today. I recently picked up this backpack at one of the sporting goods stores here in town, and it was on clearance, super cheap price, and I was really surprised because this is the SOG Ninja Backpack, and it's actually exactly the same backpack as the Fieldline Tactical Alpha Ops. Now, if you watched my budget bushcraft backpacks, I showed that Fieldline Tactical, that Fieldline Alpha Ops in the video, and I've had it out on a couple occasions. It's the small black backpack that kind of looks like a 511 Rush 12. Well, this is SOG's version of that pack, and I don't know if they're made in the same factories or not. It is a little different than the Fieldline, but what really surprised me about the backpack is that this thing is much more sturdy. The nylon that they're using is really beefed up. It's much closer to 1000D Cordura than the Fieldline was. The stitching seemed to be better too, and then plus it came in a nice khaki tan color. Now, something I've never really done too much of is camouflage my gear. And since the backpack was so cheap, I thought this is a great candidate to experiment with some camouflage paint. I didn't like the bright tan color. It was a little too tan. So I thought, well, heck, why not? I'm going to mess around with this thing. So what I did is I had this mesh material at home that's been sitting around in the basement, and went out and bought Krylon camouflage paint, which you can get at Walmart and other hardware stores. And then I covered it with that mesh, and then I started with light colors, light green, and then just did some sprays here and there, and then I moved it around and went darker and darker until I got to the dark brown. And then when I was done with that, if there was an area that was too covered in dark brown, I would hit it with the light green on top, just kind of a mist. And when I'm painting this thing, I'm doing it sparingly. It's really, you know, I'm not putting on a lot of heavy coverage. I'm keeping my distance from it, because the thing is, if you put too much paint on nylon material, it gets stiff, and then it doesn't look natural. It starts looking shiny, and it just looks horrible. So the thing to do is really to take your time and go light if you want to paint something. Now, I was asked if there's any issues with this, if the paint comes off. It's soaked in, it's dried on the material, but after I painted it, you need to go over it with like an old dirty towel or dish rag and wipe it down, because there is a little bit of residue, a little bit of dust, and every once in a while when I'm touching it, something will come off. You can see that it's starting to come off of my fingers, but it's not like the paint is not in the nylon. It's dried in there. It's just there's kind of a little bit left over on the top that needs to be worn down. And I think as with use and getting it wet and getting it, in rain and stuff like that, it'll be fine. So if you have like an old day pack that you want to paint up for hunting season, or just you want to change the color of it, I highly recommend trying this. It's an easy method. It doesn't take a lot of experience. You just really need to, like I said, go slow, take your time, and it looks great. I love it. It really changed the look of the pack. It's a nice camo pack now. And some people, they don't need camouflage backpacks, and I certainly didn't need to do this. I could have just bought, a camo backpack for hunting or whatever, but I wanted to play around with it. I love customizing my gear. I also replaced the zipper pulls. Originally, it had these things on the outside of the pack. You see those? Kind of stupid looking, so I really didn't like those. So I took those off and put those on the inside of the pack on the zipper pulls in there, because that made sense. And then I used rope 550 cord to do the zipper pulls here. Now, if you want to do a review of this backpack, I can certainly do that. So let's just kind of go through it real quick. This is very similar to a 511 Rush 12. With a couple of differences. Big difference is that on the SOG version, they've actually put a water bottle pocket on the side, and the Rush, the 511, does not have that. And by putting that water bottle pocket here, the backpack does not open all the way. doesn't clamshell, it stops right there. Now the 511, you're able to unzip this all the way and the whole pack opens up. On the inside of the pack, you have 2 mesh pockets. You have a small mesh pocket up here and a larger one down below. There's also, you can see this in here, there is a hydration sleeve with some elastic, so it'll hold probably a 1 to 3 liter bladder, no problem. And that's pretty much it for the inside. On the top here, there is a zipper pocket, which is probably intended for like cell phones and sunglasses. It's, you know, typical soft felt type material on the inside. What I keep in here is I keep a small pair of binoculars for hunting. They fit in there nicely, they're easily accessible, and they're protected. And then you have a small pocket at the top here, and there I just keep my first aid kit. And then all the organization on this pack is this front panel right here, and this is very similar to the 511 and other similar packs. So you've got an admin panel here with pen pockets, pen loops, a zipper pocket for maps or whatever, and then a couple slip pockets built into the lid. I've just got my Hidden Woodsman signal panel, some EMT shears, there's a pouch mark for my fire kit, and then some bug spray. So a little bit of organization. It certainly holds a lot. It's a pretty deep pocket, as you can see. There's probably a good 2 or 3 inches there to fill up. And what I did on mine is I've added a Molly canteen pouch to the side so I can put my heavy cover canteen set in here, because that's what I like to use when I'm in the woods, when I'm cooking coffee or, you know, making coffee or cooking food. The back of this is nice generous padding with an air channel, and it's got the yoke style shoulder straps, and of course an adjustable sternum strap that just moves up and down. And then quick release on the shoulder straps in case you need to get out of the backpack quickly. So pretty decent quality for the price. This thing was under $40 and it was on clearance, so I'm sure you can buy them for a little bit more maybe on Amazon, and I'll put links below if I can find them for you. But you know, for the price, I think it's a nice little day pack. And then I love customizing gear, so this tan color is perfect for doing some camo painting experiment. Also on the bottom of the pack there are 2 eyelets for drainage, which is awesome. And then there's even webbing, so you can run a bedroll under here if you wanted to. I probably wouldn't do a bedroll, but you know, definitely a small ground pad or a ground sheet or tarp or something if I'm going to be out all day long, or maybe even, you know, bungee a jacket to the bottom or something. So you got some options for carrying additional gear on this thing. I think the backpack is under 1,500 cubic inches. I'll put specs below. So it's perfect for a day pack. It's not too big, it's not too small. You could probably do it overnight with it in the summertime if you're just doing like a hammock or a tarp. But you're going to be pressing it. It's going to be pretty tight. But for a day pack and a hunting pack, it's awesome. And if you want something just to throw in your truck for like a get-home bag, this is a good option for you that's inexpensive. You know, I love 511 gear, but I've had 511 packs that have come apart, and they're expensive. You know, they're over $100 just to get a Rush 12. So for people who are on a budget, these smaller brands like Sog and Field Line are a good option to start with, and then that way you can also see if you like the pack. You know, if you really like this pack and it's close enough to the Rush 12, you can try this, use it, wear it out, get rid of it, and then save up your money and buy yourself the Rush 12, and then you know if you like that pack, because you know, it's expensive to buy all this stuff and then get it home and figure out, I hate this, it sucks. And that's another reason why I do the reviews, so you guys don't have to go through all that. I'll do it for you. So hopefully, nice little option for you. I love it. I think it's pretty cool. I love the camo paint. A lot of fun to do. Alright guys, thanks for watching. As always, please like, subscribe, share, and we'll see you next time on the Prepared Wanderer.